So they relieved me, and then I definitely paid for it after that. I got to carry a sandbag around for a week, and he was my buddy.
But they handle it in-house, huh?
It was definitely, it was all handled within house.
So it didn't go anywhere beyond Corporal Delfield.
No, yeah, it was all covered. Like,
you could have easily been like
in trouble,
got office hours and been busted back down private or something.
Yeah, but it was definitely taken care of. I earned it that night. I earned it. But yeah, that never happened again. Even after that, there was times that they got rid of that post, by the way, because there was several Marines that had happened to, because it was just a lay down post in the middle of the night when they're working us as hard as they were. Like, that's just a bad idea to put one person there. Like, I can understand a dual post, the other one person keeps the other one awake, but that was a one-man post, and it was just bad news. But yeah, Karbala was... There's not that many events that really stick out in my mind as far as Karbala.
There was no, like, mortar attacks or...
Yes, there was. And it could be because I'm tired that I just left that out. We had to do a bit of security. Like, we went and stood post over at the battalion COC for a while. Yeah, or for just like a few days or something. And I was off of post, and I was on the React squad, and we heard some thumps. Wasn't sure what it was until we heard the explosion, so we knew it was mortars, being launched is what we heard the thumps were. Lightfoot is the one that was on post and actually heard the direction that they came from. Like, he heard the thumps and like registered where it came from. And I remember people like not exactly like paying attention to what he was saying. Like, not believe, whether they didn't believe him or whether things were just too chaotic to like pay attention or so. I don't know. But we ended up like listening to where he said he thought they came from. The mortars ended up missing the base entirely, just narrowly landing right outside the walls of the base.
And when you mean base, you're referring to the soccer field, or?
No. The battalion COC was in a school building that was like it was like a two-story, maybe three-story building, fenced in just like every other building. Had big courtyard walls, and then the mortars landed right outside the walls, and then like walked away. Like, it wasn't a plate. There wasn't a plate holding the mortars, and it wasn't the same spot every time. It was
okay. So it wasn't a base plate.
No, there was no base plate, and we ended up finding out what the reason they walked away from us. Like, each round hit, and it walked further away. It ended up hitting a house across the street, a civilian house across the street, and doing some damage and stuff. But no Marines were hurt or anything. But my squad got to go out and investigate. We stood up, did our React thing, and then it took a little while to get us finally pushed out of the gate, just to make sure there wasn't going to be an oncoming attack after that. All right, everything calmed down. Went out and did a investigation of where we thought it came from. It came from like an adjacent building. In the courtyard is where Lightfoot's. He's like, it came from that direction. So we went over there in the only building in that area, and we went in the courtyard, and there was some tall grass, and we ended up finding a mortar tube that didn't have a base plate, and it had sunk down into the ground. Like, it was a big... I don't want to say size because I'm not real sure. Probably like I want to say it was 60s, maybe 80s. I guess it would be, were they 82?
Yeah,
82?
Russians
the Russian,
are 82.
Yeah. It was I think that size, and it had sunk the tube down into the ground because the ground was moist because it was kind of like a plush, like the grass was taller than a man, and it was like 8 feet tall grass, and there was a little trail, and that's how they ended up finding the tube. There's a little walking trail like into the area, and they found the tubes, and the reason the round stopped firing was because one got hung up in the tube, and then they abandoned the tube and left it and everything.
Okay, so left the rest of the rounds just laying around, or?
Yeah, there was a couple of rounds that were found, and then one that was in the tube and stuff. But that was it. I didn't get any recognition for that either. I thought he should have been, but he didn't get any recognition for like knowing where it came from and leading to the find of that or anything. But oh well. So that was it. So that was. That was, I guess, one of our bigger events in Karbala.